welcome everybody. SPX 2022, not 2012. I did that one time. It was embarrassing.
Wrong year. Not at all.
You'll have to find the video in which I did that. It's a very short scavenger hunt. My name is Joe.
I'm Rusty.
And with us today
is Vince.
Vince, welcome.
Vince, tell us about all the comics you've made.
I have made a number of very, very bad comics.
Nice. Oh, wonderful.
I have drawn terrible characters for D&D games.
Oh, wow. All right.
Loose stick figures. All right. And that's my experience with doodling.
I want to go into that further.
All right.
Why you're here, and that. But you're into D&D. You mentioned that. Our buddy Jared has a Dungeons and Dragons. What do you call it? A magazine, zine?
Oh yeah, it's a Cthulhu Mythos.
Yeah.
D&D zine.
He's here.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll the big planet table. We'll connect him.
He's a really small guy, and he's really into that stuff.
Yes.
It's like a little bit of eldritch horror for D&D.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, but for here officially, you're a volunteer.
Yes.
Now, and this is your second year volunteering?
It's my second year here, first year volunteering.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's right. I remember before the interview, you admitted that you're the reason that we didn't have a convention for 2 years.
Oh wow.
Not substantiated. All right.
No.
All right.
You
that's
told
fine.
me it was a rumor, but you also believed it. And I'm like, but it's you?
If you believe it about you, that's close enough.
I mean, thank you
That's
for
official.
trusting me. All right. I'm gonna take that as an upside.
You have kind eyes,
Yes.
and that's all I got.
You have kind eyes, and that's why we believe that you canceled the
So
convention.
when you came to
Burn
the
the
show,
place
you
down.
said you
Yes.
enjoyed yourself, you played some Magic, you bought some comics.
Yep.
What made you want to transition from just a regular old, jabronis who just buy comics, and instead you're like, no, I want to up my game, I want to volunteer?
Well, I mean, it kind of sucks to walk in here, see everybody else that's participating, that's doing all of this cool stuff, and just be an outsider. I used to work at the Renaissance Festival.
Okay.
Oh,
And
wow.
the difference between going to the Renaissance Festival as somebody that's, getting drunk and like buying random stuff, and actually like I was selling jewelry, I was selling silver. And just the difference between how the crowd feels and how you interact is huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, volunteering felt like the right way to do that since I cannot currently draw very well.
Right, but you know what? I like how you're leaving that open for the future.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's not-
100%. All
Yeah.
right. Like, look, there's great artists that got their start in their 50s.
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You might wake up
Exactly,
yes.
tomorrow and boom, this rhinoceros looks amazing.
Maybe I'm actually left-handed and I never knew. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to try it.
I am actually left-handed. I also cannot draw, so I would not put all the money on that option.
Yeah.
I don't know any left-handed drawers, actually. Artists, leave something in the comments.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, let us know if you're left-handed and you can draw worth a damn. All right, so
Chime in if you're a left-handed artist, y'all.
now, have you done any duties today?
Yes. So I was down, I was doing AV club.
Okay.
Well, not club.
I was
But
about to say, what are you going?
Hey,
here?
we-
Are we having club meetings
Well,
now?
I don't know if you know like what a family unit we have here for
There's drama club,
AV.
AV club.
Yeah.
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we had a great time.
Yeah.
I solved problems. There was a projector that wouldn't turn on. I found the button for it.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, and I helped set up for the charity thing that was from 5 to 7. Leela and
Oh, right, the concert.
Oh, yeah,
the-
no,
the-
Natalia,
the mixed, media magic.
yeah, really cool. They got a guitar and a clarinet, and they're just like,
Did
I
you
didn't know
jump
about
on
the clarinet.
stage
That's
with them?
I was on stage with them, not
Oh,
while the cameras were
shit.
rolling.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
did you try not to
That's-
take too much attention away from them?
Well, I mean, photogenic guy that I am.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you
it
can't
must have
help
been
it.
hard for you to go against the grain.
No, I'm used to taking a step back. You got to be humble as a volunteer.
Right.
Because if
Yeah.
you start being arrogant in the first year, then you're not going to get invited back.
No, you have no
right?
place to
True.
grow.
You gotta play the
Also,
long game.
I hope that you explained it that way. You're like, guys, look, I'm going to take a step back because I don't want to dominate. And this is for you
This is a
and
group.
for
It's
me.
supposed to be a group effort here, guys.
Because
Come
I'm
on.
going to come back next year when you're not here, and I will then dominate.
Well, see, this is all part of the long game. I'm running for president in 2036. Zell 2036.
Whoa.
I'm on the ticket.
Yeah, you have to get that URL now,
well,
or else you're ruined.
Somebody will jump on it. Yeah.
I'm 100% running for president in 2036.
That's great.
All right.
It's been a life plan since high school, and I'll get there
I think the
eventually.
challenge right now would be that there's not much of your platform you can know yet, because you don't know what the world will bring.
You don't know what to plan
over
for
the course of the
necessarily.
next 14 years.
That's true, but right now I can say no matter how the world turns, I will always, always love comics and love the imagination that's present in having prose, conversation, and all of that art together in one place.
There's such a lack of comics talk in current presidential politics.
Yes. This is a platform I can get behind.
For how much of a joker they all are,
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Whoa.
What did
Working
you
up to
just
it.
do?
True politician.
No wonder you had to step back on that stage. Oh my God.
Look, my little brother's a comedian. I learned it all from him.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
well that's good. He's your little brother?
Little brother, yep.
And you're like, I gotta wait a few years to find somebody to inspire me?
Well, we inspire each other, all
Oh,
right?
is that what he says as well?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
no.
No.
He feels it, but he doesn't express that.
Deep in his heart. But little
Yeah.
brothers, they can't let go of any credit.
I don't know.
for
I'm
No.
an only child. They got it right the first time.
Or they learn from their mistakes.
But no,
Oh,
I'm sorry, Joe.
I was
that's
like, you need to
fine.
pause and recognize how amazing that
true.
was. Sorry.
It's true. She did say that, my mom once. That
Yeah.
she's like,
You
no, it's
thought
not that we
she
we
misspoke,
got it
but no.
right. We knew we got it wrong, and the chances were nil that it was going to get better. And I'm like, that's a great joke, even though you didn't say it with a funny voice. It's obviously humorous, and I'll just take that to my bed. Rusty is a big brother. He
I'm a big
has a
brother.
younger version of himself out there in the
Yeah,
world.
7 years younger.
7 years, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good split where we were like close-ish in age, but not like too far spread.
Do you remember how long it was that you did not like his existence?
Probably like early teens-ish, I guess.
And you were like,
know?
I wish you didn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, I told him that yesterday, but
But you were
I
referring to that?
I was deep into that kind of like feeling in that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just recognized it yesterday and was like, you know what?
Does your younger brother ever inspire you?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, to be pissed off.
Oh. Your brother is trash.
Trash.
So
Shout out to Trav.
now that you've done some official work, you've taken over a panel. What have you done otherwise here? Have you shopped any?
Oh, I've shopped a ton.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, primarily, I am slowly collecting all of Evan Dom's work.
Oh, nice.
Book by book by book. I signed up for the VOD2 Kickstarter, which may or may not be live at this point. But, I figure if I keep going to all these events, eventually I'll have all of them.
That's the way to do it.
Do you think that you're trying to inspire him to keep creating?
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know, he's I feel like he's made it. He has completed multiple long-form webcomics that he's uploaded bit by bit. That's not something anybody
And when you
can
say
do.
bit by bit, you're doing a computer plan.
I wish I was.
That's
I
all
wish
right.
I was.
We'll give you credit for it. That's
Thank
fine.
you.
We could tell. You
Yeah.
workshopped that one before for the interview.
Yeah.
Totally planned.
Just sliding that in.
Anything else? Did you see anything else here that you got excited about?
I mean, there's just so much cool stuff. There's God, I don't remember his name now because I'm a terrible guest.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We're gonna fill it in. Don't worry.
All right, there was a cool guy. He had a horror comedy comic.
Oh, I don't know that guy. Sorry.
Damn. All right, never mind. No, but he had
Not
cool
that
bins. It's just, I love going around seeing the visual. There's a guy with a bunch of really cool painting signs where he pulled
wow.
a bunch of images out of a book he found in a thrift store, and he
Wow.
just made art out of that.
That's cool.
And that's wonderful. There's also a bunch of artists that I couldn't pick up any of their stuff, right? So Danielle, I'm gonna mess up her last name, Corsetto?
Corsetto,
Yep, I think you got it right.
That's spot on.
Crushed it.
Yeah, I wanted to buy some of her stuff, but the only stuff that she has is a big hardcover copy of a webcomic that I've already read twice.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's funny because that is a beautiful book.
It's so nice.
But it's huge and it's expensive. So you have to prioritize.
Did you ask if you could just buy part of it?
Well, I mean, no, she has a Patreon, right? So that's I don't need to worry about that. And part of it is, downloading it off the internet and saving it forever, which I
Right.
definitely don't do.
No.
No, you don't do that?
Support the
Because
artist.
she is here to say that she thinks you do.
Oh.
There have
mean,
been rumors.
I had a very nice conversation with her where she didn't insinuate anything.
That's where
Ah.
she gathered the evidence
Yeah.
she brings to the table now.
Well, I mean, you know what? I respect the cleverness and the ability to hold back.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know what? You got me.
She's been quietly steamed at you for years.
Oh,
Building the case and finally
She
coming
was
up to
waiting for
this.
SPX to come back to finally open the trap
She's like,
up.
I'll get him at SPX. And then we canceled her for 2 years.
Oh, shoot.
She's
Well, I
like,
can't tell you how many emails we got from her.
finally going to get this
I want to
bastard.
get that son of a Vince. And I was like, that's a very funny joke.
I
But,
wish I was a son of a Vince. All right,
Oh.
Vince, son of a Vince.
well, see, if you have a child, that's what you can do.
That's,
Yeah, but what kind of ego guy names his kid after him? They can't have their own life anymore.
Well, I am a junior.
Well.
I am a second.
So many things that have come up that I'm like, oh shit.
In real life, my name is Jose.
Oh.
And I'm a junior. My dad is also Jose.
A
Same
senior.
middle
I feel
name.
like most people have graduated high school by now. You know, being a junior isn't.
He struggles with arithmetic, so no.
Yeah.
But
You
he
know.
keeps at it, so it's kind of like, way to go.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, you know, algebra's hard for some people.
Yes.
it's not easy. I'll tell you that.
For some him.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was, I am the same name. The ego runneth rampant.
Yeah.
I mean, that's entirely fair. You seem like a man who deserves to have a large ego, though. So,
Thank you. It just fits the size of my head.
It's,
If not for that, I would be wasting
the
space.
ego just filled the space. That's all.
Yeah, it's just like a gas.
Yeah.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
fills the space you give
Yeah.
it.
oh yeah, but you'd be like oxygen, not like helium, right?
No,
No.
God, no, not
No.
like helium.
No.
Oh,
I've heard somebody
nobody
that
wants to be
thinks
like
that.
Not
helium.
a, not a chump.
Although
Come on.
helium is kind of rare in this day and age, so
It's becoming
kinda
more
cool to
valuable.
become like a
Yeah.
hot commodity.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also, it's less useful because we don't put it in blimps anymore because it blows up.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and that would be like if I had a bad anger issue. Then I could
Yeah.
be more like helium.
Well, I mean, also, you would never want to be in a blimp, right? Not like in the air part.
I mean,
Nah.
not since I was a kid. In my diary, that's all I wanted.
But not in the
Man,
air
I
part.
just
I
keep
wanna-
ruining
in
your
the bubble.
dreams.
I want to fly above all the football games, and now I can't. And that's over. I've already dealt with it.
You've come to terms with that
I've
long ago.
processed those feelings. So you want to be president eventually. You're going to run for president.
Yes.
I am going to run for president.
I think that's a noble goal.
Absolutely.
What are you going to do between now and then?
I mean, real answer here. I'm a software developer, and I have been trying to work in as many different fields as possible so that when I actually try to get into the political space, I can have a grounding for it. So, like, I worked at a logistics company. I worked at a moving and shipping company. I've got family in the military. I've got family that are doctors. I haven't worked in the medical field yet, but I've worked in media. I've worked in defense. I've worked in just general sales and hospitality. There's not a whole lot of lawyers that have worked in hospitality.
No,
Gotta
not
be
at all.
honest with you there.
Not that I've known, and I've talked to quite a few. They all think they're better than. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but
Look.
those lawyers.
Yeah. It's a very niche thing.
So you haven't done any medical work yet,
No.
but have you thought about like doing some backroom surgeries, like repair tendons on the cheap, things like that?
Well,
Just for experience.
I've broken my own arm multiple times.
Oh,
On
wow.
purpose, like to do your medical work?
Just to put it back together yourself. Yeah.
Entirely. Yeah, no, I didn't ask for anesthetic when they set it back just so I could see how
Wow.
they were doing it.
Wow, yeah, I got to
I like
know
that.
the real way about this.
I
I
mean-
broke it the first time. They gave me anesthetic. I'm like, no. Let's do it again. Let's get it right.
Yes.
I mean, that's
So-
why one of my arms is so much shorter than the other, you know?
I mean, especially when you do that. Come on now.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
are we doing here?
I should have broken the other arm sometimes, but the right arm
No,
every
wait.
time,
Did you
right?
break the right arm more than once?
Right wrist twice. I think
Whoa.
the second time was only broken because I broke it the first time.
I guess
Ah,
it was
okay,
just
yeah.
a weaker bone at that point. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
no.
Yeah, I've broken multiple bones on my left side, left
Ooh.
arm, left ankle, left pinky toe. So I'm really dominating on the left hemisphere.
I feel like if you break your pinky toe, you might as well just like cut it off. I don't know. Is that even?
So
I don't know how
when
that works, yeah.
Yeah, when I did this, it was in high school and it hurt real bad.
Yeah,
It was like the sort of pain, kind of like when you hit your elbow or hit your head, where it's just the pain is incessant. Even though it's not the worst pain, it just,
just
I'm
there.
dealing
Just
with this
there.
right now. And there's no solution for a broken toe. You just try not to make it hurt until it heals. You tape it to the next one. It's kind of like that. It's
just
like
kinda
you're not going to
comfort-
put
you
a
comfort
pinky
it.
toe on in a splint, you know?
I mean, but that kind of thing, that's why you have such a strong moral character now, is that you had to deal with that. You had to deal
Yes.
with that chronic pain.
I'm glad finally somebody else sees it.
You've built that over
What, you mean
time.
Rusty doesn't tell you that every day?
No.
He does,
I-
but it's always with a sarcastic lilt in his
yeah.
voice.
You're so strong, Joe.
Yeah, it's like that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
very
I
much
want to
so.
believe it, but
Yeah.
it's just not the case. Now, we've asked you so many good questions, and I think the Presidential Debate Committee will ask you even more eventually.
Yes.
Hopefully I'll be able to answer them.
But now, would you like to
Oh,
answer
I'm
a
sure- you
mystery
know what?
question?
I'm
Well,
sure-
hold on.
Oh.
Just to give you credit, you will be able to answer them. Whether you can do it well, we'll find out.
Wow.
All
question.
right. Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for
That is a
interrupting. It was really
huge
worth
boost.
interrupting the whole procession.
That was great, yeah.
Let's build it up again. Do you want to answer a mystery question?
I have been looking at that machine
Yes.
all this time.
First, we got to bring out the hardware. This is the quarter truck.
Quarter truck.
Dun 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 dun.
And Rusty makes a mess of the quarters now. That's
Every
apparently his
goddamn
move. And here's the machine in question. The mystery machine of mystery questions.
I've actually brought my own quarter.
Oh my
Whoa.
God, we are turning a profit this year, folks.
This is the kind of responsibility you'll get when I'm president.
Oh, he's
Look
going
at
to
this.
give you a quarter.
You're building that reputation now.
Look, you got to start young.
Can't
and I
wait until
wasn't
it appears
rich.
in a presidential campaign ad.
Is it not quite there? There you go.
There we
Oh,
go.
there we
Not
go.
quite there. Got to give it more time.
All right.
Oh, I was backing it up like, oh shit.
Wait,
You
what?
can't back it up. It'll zoom.
No. We found out after the fact it's a pullback action car.
Oh man, that's.
It was like, put it back, and then it went back like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm just rolling it back, and it's like, I'm not done yet.
No. I got more
All
quarters.
right, what's your question?
So do I read this for you guys to answer?
No, this
this
is
is
your question. You're
for
going to
you.
read it and then answer.
You're just going to read it so the audience knows and then provide your answer.
All right. What is your favorite breakfast food that's not breakfast food?
Oh.
I mean, the only reasonable answer here is I like to make meatloaves. All right, because a meatloaf, it's
Okay.
like you're making bread, but you don't have
Okay.
to do weird cooking things.
This is usually the only reason why I answer here. I'm like, he's going to say like something like pizza.
Cold pizza.
What?
But
And you're
no.
like, guys, I make meatloafs.
No,
Yeah, it's like-
but like a slice of meatloaf, you wake up the next morning, you've got, so I put vegetables, I put cheese in my meatloafs, all right? Like, I get a full meal just in this one slice. And you make
Nice.
it, and it's like 2 to 3 pounds of meat, so that's a lot of breakfasts.
Oh, yeah, that
It
carries
is.
through a lot.
Yeah, you can make it into
Are
sandwiches.
you making a breakfast dedicated meatloaf?
No, I usually just make a meatloaf. But it's like, I make it differently every time. So the last one,
Please tell us.
I got a bag of habaneros, like
Okay.
a year and a half ago. Problem is, it's a bag of habaneros. You can't just, eat those.
Yes.
And so I made a habanero and banana meatloaf with like a dry rub on the outside. I got from a friend at work. I don't think I can ever get it again because I don't work at that job anymore. But it turned out spicy and sweet and like savory because again, ground beef all over the place. And I'm never gonna make it again, but it was delicious
That's
Wait,
awesome.
why aren't you ever going to make it again?
because I already made it.
Whoa.
Only one time for every
you can only
meatloaf.
climb the mountain once.
Well, I
That's
mean,
it.
like, there's some meatloafs that are in like the Hall of Fame, right? Like, there's the basic meatloaf, just meat and you put tomato sauce on top.
Mm-hmm.
There's the jalapeno and cheese meatloaf, which is, I mean, like jalapeno and cheese. You get like the strong flavors, but it's not too aggressive.
Right.
And then there's the Italian, where you've got like oregano and you smother the outside in pesto, and it is just like,
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
oh, it's delicious. It's wonderful. It's like a big meatball, just like sitting there.
I've lived a good number of years. I've checked. And I would say I've never met someone with the passion for meatloaf like you.
It's inspiring, to be honest.
It is
It's-
inspiring.
Well, the problem is I made meatloaf. My mother taught me how to make meatloaf because she wanted me to know things.
She got tired of you asking for meatloaf and was like,
I ate it for my birthday every year for years.
there you go.
But so when I went off to college, it's like ground beef and it's bread and it's like onion. So you can just make that. And my college roommate was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing." He'd only had bad meatloaf before.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
And so, when somebody tells you something that you cook is really good, and the rest of the stuff I cook is like, weird pastas or something.
Yeah.
Just like make a sauce out of it. You just kind of add that to your identity. Just like put it in the back burner.
Yeah.
I make a good meatloaf.
I make a good meatloaf.
And then you said, that's not enough. I want to make weird good meatloafs.
Well, because I can't just eat the same food every day,
Sure.
Oh, no one said you had to have meatloaf every day.
Well, no, but if I want to cook, like meatloaf is pretty efficient money-wise.
Yes.
It's true.
I'm frugal when I'll be president.
Now, when
Nice.
you had it for your birthday every year, did
Yeah.
you put candles in it?
No.
No?
I had a ice cream cake. for
Oh,
my
that's
birthday.
nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's the traditional birthday dinner, meatloaf and ice cream cake.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
shit.
Well, I mean, we had 4 kids growing up, and my mom wouldn't necessarily like get us presents all the time, or she would get us presents, but like they were random things, right? Christmas was the big gift giving time. And so for birthday dinner, it would be like you would tell mom what you wanted to eat. So my sister would always have blueberry cobbler. My little brother would always want hamburgers. My little sister would always want mac and cheese. I always wanted meatloaf.
Nice.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Did she ever vary from her core recipe?
Well, like she's making the meatloaf the way, well, she still kept it like mostly the same meatloaf. She'd vary the spices somewhat, but she never went overboard. It would be like,
She wasn't throwing in jalapenos or habaneros
No.
or...
Okay, yeah.
no. But she did always cook interesting things.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, like, we had, all right, I say interesting, it might not sound that interesting, but we had tacos. And we just would have different things scattered around. Back when I was a kid, like, oh, we have like 7 different toppings. I could put onions on it. I could put lettuce on it. I could put tomatoes on it. And just the way that you can build something out of that
Yeah.
is, you know.
I mean,
lot of
that's I think it's
options,
a
yeah.
lot of the fun of that sort of food.
Yeah.
Is the ability to customize it and get wacky with it.
Yep. I wasn't allowed to just have tortilla with meat on it, but other than that, I could do whatever I wanted.
Wow.
Interesting.
So, tortilla with extra meat or meat with tortilla?
Well, no, I'd have to put like cheese on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's funny when cheese is kind of like a thing you have to do.
Right.
You gotta put cheese in it,
Like,
kid.
if I must.
You're like, yeah, oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
boss me
The
for that.
cheese takes away space for the meat. All right.
That is a truism.
It is.
And that is what the dairy board is trying to get rid
I
of.
deal with that every day of my life.
Every meal, he looks at his plate. And he goes, the cheese takes away space from the meat.
Goddamn cheese.
This is a pie chart I don't want to live with. So at the end of a lot of interviews, if we're talking to a creator, they might plug something they're working on or give somebody an account they want followed. Is there anything that you would like to promote?
If you had asked me a week ago, I would have said Dershing Helmer, who does the webcomic The Meek, and Marin Turnham, just had a Kickstarter for crab pins. Just a whole bunch of different colors of crabs, all colors of the rainbow. Absolutely adorable, great, wonderful. I would say, you know, give her some money. But other than that, no. Just for everybody out there, when you see an artist and they have something that you like and you want them to make more of it or get better at it, you know, you kind of like parts of their style, but you want them to be better, give them money somehow.
That's it.
You know, Patreon, buy something, buy them a
Oh,
drink.
you didn't mean like steal from somebody.
Well, I mean, I don't care how you got the money. You just need to give the
Yeah,
money
as
to
long
the
as it gets to the
creator.
artist. That's the main
I
thing.
think that's the life lesson we've taken from this.
Yes.
We don't care how you got the money as long as you give it to the artist.
Well, also that there's no like weird tax things that the artist has to worry about. All right, like we don't need FBI, you know, coming back down on.
Definitely don't need that.
No.
FBI breathing down some poor artist's neck.
We don't need
yeah.
that burden.
It'd be ridiculous. You know, it'd be back like Andy Warhol days.
Right, exactly. And we don't want to go back there. We've progressed so far.
We have.
Andy had his time.
Andy had his time.
We moved on from the hamburger. All right.
Well, thank you so much for sitting with us.
Thank
Ben.
you so much for having
Yes.
me.
I hope
Excellent.
that you have a nice rest of the show, and that maybe you spend some more money, help these artists out.
I will always do that.
Thank you.
Perfect.